Chapter 7: The Race. The day came faster than Boily expected. By morning, the race grounds were already alive. Engines roared, crowds filled the stands, and the air buzzed with anticipation. Flags snapped in the wind, and the long dirt and stone tracks stretched out like a challenge waiting to be conquered. Boily stood beside his car, taking it all in. This was bigger than anything he'd ever seen.
First time?
A voice called out. Boily glanced over. A man in a bright jacket, slightly crooked hat, and a stack of papers barely held together jogged past, then tripped on a loose cable and nearly fell flat.
And we are off to a great start already!
The man announced loudly, catching himself at the last second. Boily blinked.
That's Bob Gerold,
Someone nearby said.
Announcer. Talks a lot, trips more.
Bob popped back up, brushing himself off like nothing happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest race you will ever see, assuming I survive announcing it.
The crowd laughed. Boily couldn't help but smile. Across the track, another driver stood beside a sleek, powerful machine. Calm, focused, unmatched.
Keep your eyes on him.
Someone whispered nearby.
That's Jackson. Never lost a race.
Boily looked over. Something about him felt familiar, but before he could think more about it,
Drivers to your positions!
Bob shouted, voice echoing through the grounds.
And please, for the love of all things fast, try not to crash immediately!
The racers climbed into their cars. Boily settled into his seat, gripping the wheel. The moment his hands touched it, everything sharpened. The world slowed. Every sound, every movement, every angle of the track became clear in his mind. He exhaled slowly.
I've got this.
All right!
Bob's voice rang out.
We've got a full lineup today, folks. New faces, old champions, and at least one guy who looks like he built his car in a barn, which I respect deeply.
Boily smirked slightly.
Racers ready!
Engines roared.
3,
The ground vibrated.
2,
Dust lifted into the air.
1, go!
The race exploded forward. Cars surged ahead, engines screaming as they tore down the track. Dirt flew, wheels spun, and within seconds the racers spread out into a fast-moving storm of motion. Boily moved with it, not just driving, but flowing. He weaved between cars, reading every movement before it happened, slipping through gaps that barely existed.
And we are off!
Bob shouted.
Look at that start! We already have someone in the lead. No, wait! Someone just passed them. Okay, I'm gonna need better eyesight for this.
The crowd roared. Boily pushed forward, gaining ground fast. Ahead was Jackson. Perfect control. No wasted movement. Untouchable. Until now. Lap after lap, the tension built. Boily closed the gap. Jackson noticed. His eyes narrowed slightly. Boily pulled alongside him. For a brief moment, they were side by side. Jackson glanced over. Something about Boily hit him. A flicker of recognition he couldn't place. Then his focus snapped back. He couldn't lose. Not now. Not ever. The next turn came fast, tight, and dangerous. Boily leaned into it perfectly, but Jackson didn't follow the same line. Instead, he shifted slightly. His wheel clipped Boily's tire. A sharp pop echoed. Boily's car jerked violently.
Whoa!
Bob shouted.
We've got contact! That did not look friendly, folks!
Boily fought the wheel, barely keeping control as his car swerved. Speed dropped. Cars rushed past him. The crowd gasped. For a moment, it looked over. Boily gripped the wheel tighter, breathing steady. Something inside him surged. That same feeling, that same connection. The car wasn't broken, not to him. He adjusted, shifted, then he accelerated.
And somehow, he's still in this!
Bob shouted, voice cracking with excitement.
I don't know what that driver is doing, but I want lessons!
Boily moved faster, smarter. Every turn became sharper. every move more precise. He wasn't just racing anymore. He was rewriting how it was done. He drifted through corners no one thought possible, cut angles that didn't exist, and threaded between cars with impossible timing. The crowd rose to their feet.
Are you seeing this?
Bob yelled.
I don't even have words anymore, and that is saying something.
Boily surged forward. One by one, he passed them all. Until Jackson. This was the final stretch. Jackson pushed his car to the limit, but it wasn't enough. Boily pulled ahead, just barely, then fully, then completely.
And we have a new leader.
Bob shouted.
This is insane.
The finish line rushed closer, closer, closer. Boily crossed it first. The crowd erupted. Noise exploded across the track as people cheered, shouted, and rushed to their feet. Boily slowed the car, breathing hard, the moment settling in. He had won. Jackson crossed seconds later, second place, for the first time ever. He stepped out of his car slowly, his expression tight, controlled, but underneath, anger. He watched Boily from across the track. Something wasn't right.
No one drives like that,
he muttered. People surrounded Boily, asking questions, praising him.
How did you do that?
What's your technique?
What's your secret?
Boily just smiled slightly.
I don't really have one.
That answer didn't sit well with everyone, especially not Jackson. Later, as the crowd thinned and the sun began to lower, Jackson stood alone near the edge of the track, watching Boily from a distance. Something about him felt familiar.
No,
Jackson said quietly.
it couldn't be.
But the thought didn't leave. It grew. That night, from a distance, Jackson followed him, watching where he went, watching who he was. Because one thing was certain now. This wasn't just some new driver. This was something else. And Jackson Bolt was going to find out what.